Evidence shows that the Bible's record of the Canaanite cities before Israel's conquest wasn't just a story, it was fact. And recent archaeology proves it. Long before Joshua and the Israelites set foot in the Promised Land, the Canaanites were already practicing shocking rituals that the Bible warned about in detail. Sacrifices, idol worship, and dark practices tied to fertility cults. All of it exactly as the scriptures said. Archaeologists have uncovered altars, clay figurines of Baal and Asherah, and even evidence of child sacrifices buried beneath Canaanite structures. These discoveries match the biblical accounts found in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, where God warned Israel not to copy the nations they were about to dispossess. Deuteronomy 18 verses 9 to 10. When you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, do not learn to imitate the detestable ways of the nations there. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire. And what do the ruins reveal? Entire cities steeped in these very practices, evidence carved into stone, buried in the soil, and preserved through centuries of silence. So when Israel's conquest began, it wasn't just about taking land. It was God's judgment on cultures consumed by corruption. The stones cry out, and history backs up the word. The evidence is clear. Archaeology confirms what Scripture has always declared. The Bible is not a myth. It's history you can stand on. Subscribe for more Bible discoveries. Thanks for watching.